Well, if you look at the BBC's own title, they said we're investigating alleged, no, so-called sex for grade. And I'm sure you've seen the video, and you should answer whether it has to do with sex for grade or whatever. It has got nothing to do with a relationship between a lecturer and a student. It has everything to do with a lecturer and a friend. Somebody who was sent to come and trap. In the process of her entrapment, she became a friend, and we had our conversation as friends. And some of the conversations were very informal, but we are all mindful of the fact that it had got nothing to do with my professional relationship with a student and all that. And so if you have looked at the video, it has got nothing to do with somebody having sex and changing. How do you talk about sex for grade between a lecturer and somebody who is not his student? And so it is misleading, but it seems to me that I explained the circumstances to them, and it seems to me that there are people behind the scenes trying to pull the strings just to be able to embarrass me and all that. Because if you speak to the BBC, they tend to understand your point of view. I've written extensively. I'm going to give you copies of these letters. This is my first letter I wrote to them. It's an 11-pager. The second letter, it's here, and then the third letter explaining. And I made a lot of points, raised a lot of issues with what we were seeking to do. But some way, somehow, they decided not to factor anything that I have said in this letter into their own reportage. And the people that they were supposed to speak to, we had conversations here with my assistants, in the office. They don't want to speak to them. And it's like they are bent on pushing a certain angle just to be able to embarrass me. I can understand, because this is not the first time incident like this has happened. You come from Joy. Google accuser apologizes to Prof. Gyampo. It was your outlet that carried that story, where somebody made that allegation. When I was going to go to court, then the person came to apologize. I've received several text messages and threatening ones telling me, we're going to bring you down, we're going to kill you, because you're a loudmouth. The worst that can happen to me is for them to kill me. But me too, I don't fear to die. So this one, it is just a stone that has hit the thigh of an elephant. I don't care. Once I haven't done what they said I have done, my conscience are clean. I will continue to do what I know how to do best. I will treat my students with love and respect. I will say my mind on all national issues at all times. Damn the consequences, and let people like the current crop of BBC reporters do the kinds of things that they want to do. I don't care about them. I care about my nation, Ghana. I will continue to live a life of integrity and serve my nation, Ghana.
Can you easily recall this particular this video that we're seeing, who this person is, how the person approached you? Can you run us through what happened?
Yeah, the person was, I just came to my office, sat down. After sitting down, I was just about rushing into another meeting where my assistant just called to tell me, just informed that there's this lady who has been here for about 20 times. Anytime she comes, I'm a very busy person. Anytime she comes, she doesn't, meet you. So I'm pleading with you, try and meet her for me. I said, okay, bring her in. They brought the lady in, and she came to sit where you are sitting. You are very articulate. You are very confident. I admire you. I like the way you keep politicians on their toes. Every lady I've spoken to wants to have you as a friend. She said all manner of things. And I said, my friend, tell me why you came in here and stop, these things. And she said, well, she's writing a research that she wants me to mentor. And so, what was it? She said she was writing about academic freedom. Around that time, I had spoken extensively against the draft public universities bill. So she felt that giving my stance on that, I could be of help. And so I give her the needed directions. There are some of the things I can show you. Hold on. There's she termed her own name as Abigail, and when she came the first day, I asked her to go and do something. Okay, go and do research about how university professors are appointed in Germany, because I know that I was told the university professors in Germany, sometimes in their appointments, the government or the local authorities have a say. I wanted to understand so that I can also fashion out an argument to be able to make a case, for our situation. So she brought this paper, and it's here. She brought this paper. We discussed it extensively. And subsequently, she became like a friend, because apart from why she came here, she would get up in the morning and text you, how are you doing? And had that kind of conversation. So most of our conversations were held in my office, where I had my 4 assistants here. How can I harass somebody in the full glare of my assistant? So we all share conversations and we all laugh, we joke about it and all that. The next thing I heard was that BBC said my conversations with her were inappropriate, and so it amounts to harassment. How do I harass her? In our university, we talk about sexual harassment, and when it's happening between a student and his lecturer, where the lecturer has a say or determine an influence in determining her grade and all that. So you want to change somebody's grades, or if you don't allow me to do X, Y, Z with you, I'll fail you or something. That's what we term. But this is the case. The person when she came here right from the word go, we had term that. How do I manipulate the grades of somebody who is not even my student and a student of my university and all that? It's calculated effort and attempt by some people to just run my name and image in the mat. Maybe if to see whether that would silence me and all that. But I understand the game. Once I've not run afoul of my own university's rule, once I've not done anything, or I've not gone to sleep with anybody and changed the grade and all that, I am resolved and resilient. I would be myself. These things will not do anything to me. It's part. I mean, if you hit at people, you expect them to also hit at you. And this is not the first time this is happening. And so we have the skin. We would shoulder. We would stand some of these things. And I thank all my friends and well wishers who have been sending me messages just to say they stand with me and they are with me. I thank all of them. And those people who are also happy, I forgive them. But it's not over. I'm not done. In fact, I'm not going down. I'm still runs for Gyampo.
I see that you have a number of responses, about 1, 2, 3 of them. What is it saying in that, and what responses?
You go and read.
Yes, but I'm sure that this response.
I told them that the charges that were leveled against me, I was refuting them, and I was also telling them that, you see, they have the penchant of describing our institutions as weak. Okay. And yet they are undermining our institutions. See, we've thrown away the yoke of colonialism long ago. We are not in the colonial era. So if